Hello everyone, welcome back to What's the Score? I'm Andrew Fouts.
And I'm Allison Wiseman. We are here to take you behind the scenes. We will introduce you to coaches and players and get the scoops to keep you updated on latest Panthers athletic success. It's that time of year, everyone. We are starting to see winter sports pick up. Both basketball teams start their seasons within the next few days. We got the chance to sit down with women's coach John Jones to get a preview of this year's team.
Well, first of all, I want to be an exciting team, and I think we have that. We have a very deep bench, which anything in life where you have options is good. There's not a person in my locker room that started the year with the ambitions of finishing third. Well, I think the coaches have put us third because we finished fourth the last 2 years in the league, and Bluffton's lost a lot of players in their group, so we kind of just switched places with them. I think it's appropriate, I guess, if you look at it from that standpoint, but from a coach's standpoint, it's motivation. So I think, it's some good locker room, billboard material to hang out there, Look, the coaches that you're playing against in these 18 games picked you third. So, just a little extra motivation to prove them wrong. We're a junior and senior laden team this year, so the youth excuse is no longer available. It's made practices a lot better. It's made us better as coaches. They're really pushing us to find the extra details to make sure things are done exactly right. We've been able to put in more things already this year. With only 14 practices in, we've had several plays that are already in, different defenses that we're working on, working with different lineups, those type of things. And so it's made my job easier as far as having veterans. It's made my job a little harder because I've got to make sure we're getting the details checked off. But it's just a day-to-day process of next practice, next drill, next game, one at a time type ideas. And I think they're all bought in. They're very, very connected right now. It's about service and not status this year. And everyone has so far put themselves last and the team first. From the leading standpoint, Claire Cromer and Alexis Nall have been elected captains, and they've done an excellent job. Well, I think the experience for her was great to get out there and go and play in Brazil against some of the best in the country. But the cool thing for her was she got to see that she's one of the better kids in Division III. She played as well as any of them out there with the best players in Division III. I think it gave her a little more confidence. She's come in here and played excellent in both scrimmages. She's doing everything right in practice, and I think maybe a confidence level has helped her. She's been a great leader by action. We're still working on the leadership by vocals, but by action, she's done an excellent job. Yeah, a couple of years ago when we only had 9 players on the team, it was let's cast this huge net, and then whatever fish we get in, we'll take and develop, and we got a really good class that are now juniors. So this past year it was more of picking and choosing what we needed. Recruiting's changed a lot since we got a really big class. We don't want to have to bring in 14 again. That was, but if we can get 5 to 6 kids each year moving forward, I think we'll feel really good about our future here at Hanover. I would like for the fans to come out. Our expectations is to be the best we can be each night that we play. And we'd like to be hosting the conference tournament, but you can't do that unless you take one game at a time. Rose-Hulman's been the team the last 3 years. They've lost 2 conference games in 3 years. So, they're obviously the team to beat. I think I have the ingredients to do so. It's just coming out each night, each practice, each game, each possession, and not looking too far in the future.
I don't know about you, but I'm very excited for this year's women's basketball team.
Most definitely. I think they'll finish higher than third.
Oh, without a doubt. Their season tips off Friday in Illinois, where they will be playing in the Beth Baker Classic. Also, didn't senior men's basketball player Cam Fales go to Brazil as well?
As a matter of fact, he did. He went with Claire Cromer. Talk about a power couple.
That's awesome. Cam is a preseason All-American as well. When we sat down with men's coach John Miller, we asked him about Cam's leadership role this year. We also got some insight on what to expect from this year's team.
I love all of our players. I'm very blessed to have an opportunity to work with the guys I work with every day. I always kind of view your team as a puzzle, and you're working to try to find the best way to get those pieces to fit together. we're anxious to see how some of our guys that have been in our program will step into roles, and then also maybe how some of our new players may factor in as well. Ideally, you'd like for every guy in your program to be able to lead in some type of a fashion. You know, one thing I always tell our players is like, this can't be a deal where there's anybody in our group who's only taking from the group. Everybody's got something that they need that they can give. But I'd like to think that everybody can lead, whether that's just the energy that you bring to practice every day, you know, or whatever your role might be. You know, they're all important, and you know, the expectation is that everyone is going to play a part in helping make us as good as we can be. And really, a lot of times, you know, you're trying to get your young guys to kind of take some ownership in the way that you try to do things as a team, and that's a two-way street. It's young guys doing their part. It's old guys making sure that the young guys feel included and that sort of thing. You know, I think with us having graduated guys, I mean, one of the big deals for us this year is establishing a team and being together and being a unit. And I feel like the guys have done a pretty good job of that so far. You know, certainly as coaches, we talk about what it takes to be a leader and what some of the responsibilities that go along with that are. But, you know, really over the last handful of years, I got to give the credit to our players. I mean, there's nothing better a lot of times than to see things modeled by an older player. And, you know, now Cam's a senior and you know, guys like Logan Ratz and our juniors and even Isaac Hibbert and some of our sophomore guys, you know, they've seen that. And so, you know, really the players are the ones that deserve the credit for kind of modeling the right way to be leaders. And then I think our younger guys have a tendency to pick up on that a little bit. You know, Cam's done a tremendous job for us. He's really grown. He probably, as much as any player that I've had, has improved while he's been here. And that doesn't mean he came in as a bad player and became a good one. But really, like every year, he's improved an area of his game. And beyond that, he's also, he's always been very competitive. And you've got to be a competitive guy. I think he's really learned to channel that competitiveness, both on the floor against an opponent and also then with his teammates. He's really improved in terms of how he communicates with our guys. You know, we'll need him to lead. Certainly, he'll be a marked man, so to speak. You know, anytime you get named an All-American, every opposing coach challenges his players to, what are you going to let this guy do to you? You know, sort of thing. But Cam sort of thrives on that stuff. You know, but obviously we'll need him to produce on the floor for us the way that he has some. Beyond that, you know, he's our one senior. We need him to lead for us, and I expect he'll do a great job with that. You know, we're pretty set in what we do foundationally. I mean, we'll try to be real competitive defensively the way that we always are. But then I think anytime you're dealing with new pieces, I think one of the jobs you have as a coach is to kind of try to figure out how to put those pieces in the best positions to be successful. We'll certainly, you know, play to our strengths, and we got to then kind of figure out what those strengths are. But love our fans, love playing at home, love being in Collier Arena with people down on the baseline and the things that they do. That always helps our guys. I know our guys love that, so we're looking forward to getting out there.
You can catch the men in action on Tuesday for their season opener. They play Spalding University at 7 p.m. So, Allison, did you know that Coach Miller's wife was inducted into the Hall of Fame last year?
Whoa, what? That's awesome.
I know. Her name is Angie Lugo Miller, and she was a two-sport athlete here at Hanover. She graduated in 1997. She was a part of the track and field team, as well as volleyball. I believe she still maintains a few of the records for track and field, and she was an all-ICAC honor for volleyball.
Oh, that's awesome. Maybe another conference championship will allow Miller to get into the Hall of Fame.
Right?
That can for sure be a main goal of his this season. Over the weekend, the men's and women's soccer seasons came to an end. Both played in the HCAC Championship. The women lost 3-0 to Mount St. Joseph. The Lions got off to a hot start, and the Panthers simply couldn't catch up. Afterwards, the men hosted Transylvania. The teams were tied 1-1, leading into double overtime. Afterwards, this led to a penalty kick shootout. The Panthers ended up losing 3-1 in penalty kicks. This resulted in Transylvania winning the overall match 2-1.
It's an exciting week here for football fans. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Bell Week. This week symbolizes the deep rivalry between the Franklin College Grizzlies and the Hanover College Panthers. The winner of this game will receive the victory bell. The Panthers are rolling off a huge victory against the Rose-Hulman Fighting Engineers last weekend on Senior Day. The winner of this next game is going to determine who takes first place for the HCAC standings, as well as determines who goes to the NCAA tournament. Earlier this week, it was announced that Brody Dell won the Defensive Player of the Week. This is the second time this season he's won this award. Well, that's all for this week's show.
Good luck to football this Saturday. Bring back that victory bell and make us proud.
Make sure to catch us for our final episode on November 29th to answer the big question of, what's the score?